I am quite overwhelmed. In fact, I'm terrified. And it's not just because I'm standing in front of a bunch of people that I don't really know, or the fact that my celebrity crush is in this crowd. Yeah. No. I am overwhelmed because you all came expectant. I see how your eyes keep darting to the slides over there. No, I don't have any slides. I'm that guy, the guy that came to freestyle. You left your homes prepared to hear me give a profound motivational talk. This is the opposite of a motivational talk. I'm here to recruit, to start a club. You, me, that weird guy you saw in the corner on your way here, but averted your eyes so you wouldn't have to say hi. Yeah, that guy's in the club too. This is you, this is I. We are the afraids. Not the brave, the afraid. The people who go into mini heart attacks whenever the thought of doing something remotely out of our comfort zone occurs. Yeah, that is us. So, we have a club name. Now all we need is a mascot. And I have the perfect one in mind. You might know him. In fact, he's probably someone your mother wouldn't recommend as a role model, but everyone loves an underdog. Wait, speaking of dog, how many of us know Courage, the cowardly dog? Yeah, that's our guy. That's our mascot. Because he represents a lot of what we all go through, the emotions we feel whenever we venture out. So, we have a club name, we have a mascot. Now all we need is rules. Rules that guide us. Because sometimes fear can trick us into living a very boring life. A life that sees us not chase our dreams, or pursue that career, or even refine that talent that everyone and their mother knows that we have. We need guidelines. So, rule number 1, know your stuff. Because nothing can replace hard work in order to succeed, not even courage. For people whose hearts flutter at the thought of venturing out into the unknown, we need knowledge. That is our secret weapon. Because the more you know about something, the less likely you are to be afraid of it. Want to start that business? What do you know about it? What do you know about your potential customers? What are their spending habits? Do they even want the product that you're putting out into the market? You need to know these things. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to handle whatever life throws at you when you start something new. Rule number 2, assemble a gang of bandits. How many of us know the story of how Muriel found courage? Not a lot of us. Muriel was walking down an alley one day when she heard some whimpering. She turns around, and there is a skinny little cute dog shivering in the corner. So she goes up to him, calls him over, but he can't get up. So what does she do? She picks him up. Because that's what bandits do. Bandits do the things that we cannot. Bandits drive us to that business meeting when we don't have a car. Bandits loan us that money when we need startup capital. Bandits go to war for us. They fight for us. The second thing Muriel did is to name him. Now, you would think the skinny, whimpering dog, the first name to come into your head would not be Courage. But that's what bandits do. Bandits give us a new name. They say, you are brave. So we become brave. They say, you are smart. So we become smart. Bandits rename us, reclaim us, and they remind us that we can do anything. Remember earlier when I said that I was afraid? I still am. But I'm able to stand here in front of you today because I have my own bandits in the audience. Hi, guys. The second rule of the Afraid Club is do it afraid. And to illustrate this point, let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I became the president of the Afraid Club. So I run a nonprofit company that teaches girls between the ages of 7 and 17 computer programming. We teach them these skills so that they are able to build their own startups that are geared at solving social problems in their communities. Earlier this year, a wonderful movie came out called Hidden Figures, and I was determined, yeah, you know what's up, hey girl. And I was determined to show this movie to all the girls in my program. But for those of you who are starting out in business, especially a nonprofit, we're not exactly rolling in it. So I didn't have the money. So I wrote an email to the project manager at Stir Keniko at Cinema Nouveau, and I gave them a proposal. Obviously, I highlighted the fact that I didn't have money, but I'd give them a lot of exposure. I sent that email, and I hoped for the best. 2 weeks later, I got a response, and the project manager wanted to meet with me. He wanted to hear my proposal in person. I wasn't ready for that, but I went anyway. Went into his office, sat down, he offered me coffee. I said no. And that began the first 5 minutes of awkward silence. Me looking deep into his eyes, and him glancing away awkwardly. 5 minutes later, I realized he kept tapping his watch. And I knew then that if I didn't speak now, I would not get what I wanted. So I opened my mouth, and I closed my eyes. True story. And I quickly went through a monologue of what I wanted and how I would achieve it and what I needed for him. And I told him all of the stuff with my eyes closed. Just like this. True story. Well, to cut a long story short, I got the cinema, got the free popcorn. He even threw in some slushies. Now, disclaimer, I am not saying that if you walk into every deal with your eyes closed, that you're going to get that deal or that tender. No. What I am saying is sometimes you just need to take the leap. Figuratively close your eyes and start that business. Or move to that new city. Or even marry that girl. You need to do it afraid. So, what has these guidelines done for someone like me? I'll tell you. Earlier this year, I sat on the panel of the Standard Bank Women in Technology Conference. I also sat on the Peace Corps panel of diversity. I got funding for our company worth $150,000. Bear in mind, we've only been around for about 9 months. But most importantly, because I did things afraid, I was able to teach the 185 girls that I have in my program. Mind you, we started out as 4 girls and 1 laptop. Now we're 185 and growing. But most importantly, I taught them to do it afraid. I have 2 girls in my class right now who have developed apps that are changing their communities. One of them developed an app called Blackout. And she even gave it a tangy little name. She said, once you black out, you don't back out. And what this app does, it crowdsources funding for people in rural areas that do not have electricity. This is a 14-year-old who developed this app. So what are you waiting for? You know your stuff. You've assembled your gang of bandits. You are a bandit. You are a member of the Afraids.